Peace, family, peace, peace, peace. Okay, so this video is for the ones that feel like giving up. Honey, I'm gonna need you to get up. Okay, I'm gonna need you to get up and believe in yourself. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a story. When I first had to download, right, to make videos, to get people out the matrix. At first, when you have that intuition, that hunch, right, that download from source, you may not really know if there's source, right? Like you may be like, did I really hear that? And when I started making videos, okay, after I had my spiritual awakening, one of the things that I thought, okay, and I done said this in previous videos, was I thought everything was going to be like La La Land, okay? I thought everything was going to be like the Brady Bunch, okay? Leave It to Beaver. I thought everything was going to be just happiness all the time, no issues, just gonna have a smooth sailing through life. And I remember experiencing so much adversity, and I didn't understand it. And it was times where as though I would cry. It would be times where as though I would be like, I thought I got over this. It would be times where as though I would say, like, I'm putting out the videos, I'm doing, good. In a sense where as though like I'm rocking out to my purpose. I'm being authentic. And I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the adversity that I was facing. And I just kept going. I just kept going. And you know what kept me going? I would get these synchronicities, these signs from source that's letting me know that I'm on the right path. I would see numbers 222, 777, 888, 999, 1111. And it was synchronicities that, people would send me a DM and say, your video really inspired me or whatever it was. And that's what really, really kept me going. Also, it was a book I remember I was reading called Three Magic Words. And in the book, it basically was saying we create our reality, right? And for so long, I was giving my power away. For so long, I was thinking that someone else was going to save me. For so long, I was thinking that in order for my life to change, I have to do what others want me to do. In order for my life to change, I have to wait for someone to rescue me. And once I started really understanding how this whole thing works, everything is through perception. We create our reality. Reality is an illusion. If it was real, we would all have the same exact perception. And I started seeing myself different. And I started doing the work on myself. I started facing my inner demons. I started facing my shadow side. It was times where as though I remember I would have to apologize to my children because it was like my old paradigm, the old stinking thinking, the thing that, I've been doing this for so many years. This is just the way I am. And so because I've been doing it for so many years, and a lot of people say they've been doing things for so many years. And the reason they say that is because deep down inside, within them, they really want to change. But they so afraid to change that they rather stay doing the same thing as opposed of being uncomfortable, facing themselves just for a short while. But they rather stay in that space where as though, they already know what's going to happen. They already know, they could tell you what's coming next. Almost like a movie, right? Because they've been doing it so long. And I was so sick and tired. So the person that wanted gives up. It was times where as though I didn't even want to be here. Okay? And at that time I had 2 children. And I remember I had heard Ralph Smart say this. He said, religion is for people that are afraid of hell. Spirituality is for people who already been in hell. And living for somebody else, being a yes person, not honoring my authenticity, not showing up for myself, just doing things because others deem that as that's the right thing to do. And it comes a point in time where as though the discomfort that you may be feeling, the discomfort of you saying, I don't even want to live no more. That discomfort, it is not for you to do something that is like a final decision. It is for you to look at your life and say, what can I do different? How have I been showing up? And for me, it was, me coming across a video, okay, with Rapper B.O.B. and Bobby Hemmett. And I was so eager for change. And that's the thing, because we all deserve the abundance. We all deserve a peace of mind, peace. We all deserve bliss. We all deserve that. And I was just eager for change. I was just eager for change. And I just wanted something so different than the pain and the hell that I was living in. And so what I did was I started meditating, okay? I started reading. I started being around like-minded individuals, okay? I started listening to personal development because I understood if my life is going to change, I have to change me. If I want to be free, I have to be me. And I started doing things that some people didn't quite understand it, but they wasn't the ones that was living in hell. And this is another thing, okay? The universe or source, okay, don't give a damn about the tears that you keep crying, okay? If you keep on doing the same thing, and we all know, or some of us know, that there's laws in this here universe that governs our lives. And so if you feel like you're not good enough, even though you say you believe in God and all this other stuff, and I don't necessarily know how you really believe if you don't think you're good enough. And it was times where as though I didn't think I was good enough. It was times where, sometimes that chatter come up. Okay? It is not that I don't be afraid to do some of the stuff. It's that I believe in myself so wholeheartedly that I know things are going to work out. And sometimes the ego comes up and say, well, this may not turn out well or whatever it is, but I keep on going and I keep on growing. And so to the person that's out there that feel misunderstood, to the person that's out there that's constantly crying, to the person that's out there that's just living for their family, and you may be agreeing with your family, but a part of you feel like, what your family is doing is not right. But you're afraid to speak up. You're afraid to speak up because perhaps maybe you was told you wouldn't have good luck. or perhaps they would shame you, or perhaps it would be like you are outcast, or you like the black sheep of the family. Honey, stand in your truth. Be you, because I guarantee you, what you are going through and growing through right now, the discomfort, and once you start being authentic, is nothing compared to the discomfort that you're going through right now. Is nothing compared to that. And yes, you will have adversity. I'm not going to sit here and say, or lie here and say, you're not going to have adversity. Of course you're going to have adversity. The adversity, it makes us grow. Okay? Imagine a flower or something that is there, okay, and it never rained, okay. That would be some part of adversity, right? The flower probably go through the wind storms and all this other stuff, but then when the sun come out, the flower is beautiful, right? And I remember when I first got into the whole spirituality, because I was the type, I would think that God was in the sky, right? And that's one of the reasons why at times, like, I don't say God, because I know, some people have like a disconnect like that. They think that I'm talking about the man in the sky or whatever. But you are God. God is within you. Okay? You are the creator of your reality. Whether you believe that or not, that is neither here nor there. Okay? But you the one that's creating this through your perception, through your thoughts, habitual thoughts, which creates a belief system. And that belief system creates your reality. And so I remember, even as a kid, getting on my knees, and at the end of me praying, I would look up at the ceiling, right? Like being so detached from God, thinking that God is somewhere else, like a man, on a cloud, and looking down and judging me and stuff like that. I didn't know anything about spirituality. I didn't know anything about synchronicity. I didn't know anything about the laws of the universe. I didn't know any of this stuff. But from me being eager to learn and to grow, I started reading. And I started meditating. I started being still, where as though I could receive the downloads. And eat and clean. Okay, it wasn't always easy. It wasn't always a walk in the park. But I guarantee you, if you start showing up for you, and it's times where as though you probably afraid to show up for you, because you like, your family is probably all that you have, right? Or your friends are all that you have. Let me tell you something. Source will make sure you good. Source will make sure you good. I remember being so afraid to speak up, so afraid to have boundaries, thinking, who gave me the right? Who gives me the right? The ego. Who gives you the right to tell people, how they to show up in your life? I was so terrified to have boundaries. And that's the thing, because if you don't respect you, right? Then who is going? If you are afraid to tell somebody how they ought to show up in your life, and granted, they gonna mess up or whatever, but if you can't even communicate, like, listen, this is my boundary, this is an absolute no, then what type of people you think you're gonna attract if you can't even stand up for you? And it didn't matter, right? Like, it was times where, as though, I remember one time I was going through something, and my nerves, oh, my nerves, they were like just all over the place. And I didn't, sometimes we say, oh, I'm a good person, and because I'm so good, then why is this happening to me? And I was a good person, but I also was allowing people to walk all over me because I didn't think that I was good enough or worthy of boundaries. And so, if you the type of person that's like, well, I'm going to just keep being good to them, they could treat me any type of way, I'm just going to show love to them. You can show love from a distance. You don't have to be right there showing love to them. And showing love to them is having boundaries with them. Because perhaps, even if it comes to your children, having boundaries with your children, our children, they do what they see us do. And so if you have boundaries for everyone in your life, no one is exempt because they are your family. No one is exempt from that. And so you have boundaries. And at first, you going to be uncomfortable telling people. But it's either one or two things. Do you want to keep on living and feeling that pain and keep on crying? Because one of the things that I started realizing was, Dina, nobody else is going through this. You could talk to anybody and, they could feel sorry for you or they could give you advice and stuff like that. But no one is going through what you are going through. I remember I would have to get somebody else's opinion. I wanted people to be on my side because I didn't trust myself enough to make the decision that was right for me. And so I would want people to be on my side, calling people and telling people, oh yeah, let me tell you what such and such did. I just want advice. But my life didn't start changing until I started changing. To say you want love, it starts with you. It starts with you. And people are only reflecting back to you exactly what you are. Exactly what you allow. Exactly what you constantly accept. Exactly how you are showing up. They are only mere reflectors of you. And so when you start speaking up, even if your damn voice is shaking, and you start saying exactly how you feel, remember, Source is with you. Source is with you. And people could get mad and be mad all they want. But you have to do what works for you. Because crying, that's not finna change it. Express how you feel, of course. But to express how you feel and keep on tolerating it, and sometimes we need to grow through that. Because I know for me, I really needed to grow through that. I really needed to understand that it is okay to stand up for myself. It is okay to talk back. It is okay. It is okay. What is not okay is to allow people to do whatever it is that they want to me. And I go along with it because of fear. And how am I really showing a person how to treat me if they talk to me any old type of way and I'm just allowing it because I'm afraid to be by myself? And so what I started doing was I started being by myself. Started getting comfortable by myself. I never was the type that had a whole lot of friends and hung out with a whole bunch of people. I never was that type. But what you going through, you're going to grow through it. And you're going to get up. And you're not going to feel sorry for yourself. Because you are a creator. And you don't have to keep on living your life as a yes person. You don't have to keep on living your life as walking on eggshells. You don't have to keep on living your life as agreeing with everyone because you are afraid that they're going to outcast you or whatever it is. You don't have to keep living your life like that. When you start speaking up, Source is going to send people. The other people that you may start speaking up towards and saying, you know what, I don't agree with this. And it's like you get your voice, right? And those people go away. Don't think that you out here by yourself. Because Source always going to make sure you good. Always going to make sure you good. And to send synchronicities to let you know that what you did, by you choosing you, other people are coming to your life who choose themselves and also would respect your boundaries because they too have boundaries. And so with that being said, I love you guys. Peace.